stretch before you get sexy. Sex can be a full body workout, so why deny yourself the pleasure of stretching your entire body before and after sex? It just makes things go a little bit more smoothly in the act. We'll start by stretching the mind. You want to be fully present during sex. You want to be in your body feeling every little bit of pleasure. So close your eyes right now and start by focusing on your breath. Inhaling, feel the rib cage, the belly expand, and exhaling, pulling the belly button in. 2 more breaths like that. Let out a sigh if that feels good. Blink open your eyes. We'll start with the neck. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and drop your left fingertips to the floor. Now you're going to just stretch here. You can even take your right hand to your head and add a little tug. Now wiggle your jaw. Your jaw tends to get tense when you have an orgasm, so we want to make sure that's nice and loose. And then you can drop your head back and forth over the right shoulder. So we're getting all the little muscles in the left side of the neck. Inhale to bring everything back through the center. And then exhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Right fingertips go out. And then you can take your left hand to the side of your head. Give a little tug, wiggle the jaw, and then drop the head back and forth. Make sure you're breathing this whole time, relaxing all the muscles in your body. Inhale back through the center. Then you're going to drop your chin towards your chest. Take both hands to the back of the head, interlace the fingers, and just add a little resistance until you feel the stretch in your neck. And you're just going to gently nod the head side to side so that you stretch all the muscles in the back of the neck. We want these muscles to be nice and ready for anything possible that you're going to do with your mouth. Come back through the center with your inhale, and then we'll stretch the throat, which is also really essential for anything done with the mouth, right? So you're gonna jut your chin out and then stick your chin up towards the sky. Be careful not to crunch the back of your neck. We don't wanna undo anything we did back there. So you're just opening the throat. Inhale back towards the center, and now we're gonna work on the shoulders. Take your right arm across your chest, grab onto your elbow area with the left hand, and make sure to keep the shoulder drop down. And you're just gonna stretch the outside of the shoulder. Then you can rotate the right wrist, move the fingers, get your hands ready for a lot of work or a little work. Good. Then inhale, reach your right arm up, drop your hand back like you're giving yourself a pat on your back, and then take your left hand and just pull the elbow up. So now we're opening this underneath the shoulder. Deep breath in, and then exhale, pull the rib cage in. Make sure you're not totally bending the back. You want to isolate the stretch to your arm and shoulder area. Good, release. Shake it out a little bit. Left hand crosses over, and you're gonna pull here. Feel the outside of the left shoulder stretching, and then start to rotate the wrist and the fingers, crack the fingers. Get the hands ready for all kinds of pleasure to give and receive. Inhale, reaching the left arm up, and then drop the hand back like you're patting yourself on the back. Hand comes, pull back and breathe. Keep the ribs in. Make sure you're feeling the stretch around the shoulder and the arm. And breathe. And release. Shake it out a bit. Now take your hands on tops of your knees. If this is too much to cross your legs like this, you can always just straighten your legs. I'm going to keep my legs crossed for the purposes of this stretch. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Elbows stay out like a sumo wrestler pose. And then you dip the right shoulder in, stretching the front of the shoulder. Good. Inhale through the center, and then exhale, dip the left shoulder in. Ooh, feel the opening. One more time on each side because that feels so good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale back through the center. We're going to make our way to hands and knees now. So come to all fours. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. We're going to start with cat-cow breathing to stretch out the spine. With your inhale, you arch the spine, sticking the booty back, chest forward, and then shoulders back. And then you exhale, round, drop the head, tuck the chin slightly, and push between the shoulder blades. And keep moving with the breath. Inhale, like you're filling your belly with air. And exhale, round, pull the belly in. Now we'll add the pelvic floor so we can build some awareness in this area. You're gonna inhale, relax the pelvic floor like you're releasing and letting yourself pee. And then exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, engaging in like you're stopping your pee and even stopping a fart, pulling in with the exhale. So you inhale, relax the pelvic floor muscles, and exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles like you're stopping everything down there. So keep moving like that. Just a couple more. What this is doing is bringing blood flow and awareness to those muscles, which are so important for experiencing pleasure, bringing yourself to orgasm, and even just bringing the right amount of blood flow to that area to bring blood to the erogenous zones. Good. Once we're comfy there, tuck your toes and press up into downward facing dog and pedal the feet out. I'm really not totally concerned with how perfect your down dog is, but just avoid some wrist pain by making sure you're distributing your weight evenly through the knuckles of the hands. So really spread the fingers wide and then keep your booty up in the air. Pedal the feet out. Just to get warmed up. This is a really nice full body stretch. And then my favorite, twerk dog, to shake any stagnant energy up in the pelvis. You're gonna bend the knees slightly, lift the heels, and shake. Twerk, 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 twerk. Have fun with it. Maybe you wanna dance your whole body. Even if it just means you're shaking, you're doing it right. Whew. Drop your knees down. And come up to stand on your knees. Take your hands to your hips, engage your core, press your glutes down, and then open your heart just for a little bit of a back bend here. Breathing, and then exhale. Come back towards the center. Take your right foot forward now into a low lunge. You want to make sure that that heel is a little bit in front of the knee to start. Hands can come to your hips and engage your core here. So instead of a bendy back, you want to lock it in, engage your core, hands to your hips, and then press your hips forward. This might be enough. From here, you can reach your arms up and then grab onto your left wrist. So you want to get the hand, hold onto the hand that with the extended leg, pull the left wrist up and open up the left hip flexor. The hip flexor, this area tends to tense up when we have an orgasm. So it's really important to keep that nice and open so we can have a good energetic flow in the pelvis area. So you're breathing here. Whew, maybe get a little bit deeper into that stretch. See, my knee tends to go forward if I get deeper. Whew. Good, and then come back. Back to both knees, and we'll switch sides. Left foot forward. So again, heel sneaks a little bit in front of the knee. Bring my hands to my hips. Engage the core. Belly's turned on. Spine is a little bit more flat than this, right? What that does is when you engage your core, it isolates the right hip flexor so we can really open it here. So chest forward, press the hips forward. Maybe this is enough. If you want to take it to the next step, arms go up, You grab onto the right wrist this time and pull up and lean just a bit towards the left. So I'm feeling a nice stretch all the way from my left wrist to the left hip flexor. And I'm breathing. Good. And start to come back to both knees. And we'll make our way down to the ground again. You're going to bring your legs wide. It's always so important to get a good groin stretch because we need to obviously keep our legs open sometimes. So you're gonna take your thigh, rotate it up. Might seem silly, but we'll get there. I'm telling you, it helps. Take the other thigh, rotate it up like it's almost like you're spinning your toes back, right? And then from here, lengthen through the spine, and then hinge forward at the hips. So groin and hamstring flexibility really comes from a straight spine. So the more you do that, the better. You're just gonna lean the chest forward, and feel a good stretch here, and breathe. So I'm pretty flexible and I'm not that much forward, right? I'm not on the ground and I'm still feeling a huge stretch. So it could just be right here, could be right here for you. Either way, just as long as you feel something happening here, you're doing it right. So breathe. If you can allow your body to relax and your mind to relax in these poses, you're really preparing yourself for more pleasure. Good. Lift yourself back up. And then you're going to bring your feet together and your knees wide. Grab a hold of your feet, and then you're going to pulse your knees like you're a butterfly about to take flight. So what this is doing is it's pumping sexual energy all the way up the spine. So we believe in yoga that our kundalini energy, our sexual energy, lives here. And when we activate it, it goes up the spine so we can use it in our everyday lives, right? Because we want to feel full of life. We want to feel full of that sexual force that keeps us alive. So breathe here. Imagine what gives you joy. Bring that present in your mind. What gives you pleasure, and be in that ecstatic state of mind. And then pause. We've got one more hip opener to do. So for this one, I'll go sideways on my mat. You're gonna take your right ankle and cross it on top of your left thigh. If this is too much already, just bring your foot on the inside of your thigh, right? So first modification, foot's on the inside of the thigh, and you're gonna lean forward. That's enough of a hip opener if that already feels like a lot. Second level is right ankle on top of the thigh, and then from here, you lean back, bend the left knee, and keep the right toes flexed. So what this is doing is it's opening the right hip, and I'm using my left leg as the way to get deeper into the pose. So if maybe this is enough and that's all I need, but if I want to get deeper, I bend this knee and then lean forward. So right now I'm closing the gap between my torso and my thigh, and I'm really feeling the stretch in my right hip. So I'm just gonna hold this here. I like to hold my knee to support it so it's not totally flopping down or totally coming up. And I'm just breathing here. Deep breaths. Let's take 4 more. Good. Start to release. Right leg goes straight, and then left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. Again, if this is too much, you just bring your foot right on the inside of the thigh and then start to lean forward from here. But left ankle, right thigh, might need to lean back to scooch that foot back a little bit. And then you're just gonna breathe here, leaning forward. So one option is to keep the hands back, or you can keep your hands on your foot and your knee to support it and then lean forward. Try to keep the spine straight. Let's take 4 more deep breaths. Keep the toes flexed, left toes flexed. That helps to protect this knee. And slowly come out of that. Legs are straight, flexing the toes back. Inhale, reaching up, and lean forward in a regular forward fold. Maybe that is too much for you. If that's the case, bend your knees a little bit. You could even put a roll of a towel or a blanket underneath and then bend forward, just to open up the hamstrings for any other fun activities that you need to get deep into those hammies, right? So let's breathe here for about 4 breaths. Start to come back up. My favorite way to end a practice, shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Feel your body become totally alive. Shake your feet. If you need to, get on the floor and shake. Whew. And then go out there and get them.